Mayfield has imposed a deadline of training camp. If we don't have something done by then, that's it.
That's it. Deadline hit, and Baker Mayfield strapped on the pads with no new deal in Tampa. Not a holdout, not a Instagram rant, just a quiet, ice-cold deadline that came and went, and a quarterback who told everybody exactly what he was going to do about it months in advance. No hold-in theater, no vague statements about trusting the process, just a line in the sand that the Buccaneers watched come and go in real time.
They know my deadline is as soon as training camp starts, we're not doing any contract stuff. It's all ball.
That's Baker himself, and dog, that's not a shot fired. That's a guy closing a door calmly and locking it. No drama, no subtweets, just it's all ball now, which somehow hits harder than any rant ever could. Real quick, drop a comment before we go further. Do you think Tampa just played with fire and gets burned? Or is this the Jason Licht special where it gets done late and everybody forgets the panic ever happened? Type fire or trust. I'm giving you the real verdict at the end, and it's not the safe answer.
If you mess with him, he already has 7 chips on his shoulder. Why give him 8 chips?
7 chips. That's the exact phrase a national NFL analyst used to describe a guy who's already been benched in high school, cut loose by his own draft team, and told by an entire league that nobody wanted him as a free agent. Now the Buccaneers are the ones sitting across the table from him with a calculator, and everybody who's watched this man's career is screaming the same thing at their screen. You do not want to be the reason chip number 8 shows up.
27.5 is the number for this year. The key number, though, is the salary cap number of just about $40 million, because then it makes the franchise tag nearly $48 million for 2027 if they're going to use it.
Let's actually break down the money, because the headlines make this messier than it needs to be. Mayfield signed a 3-year, $100 million deal in Tampa after his first contract expired, and get this, nobody else in the league even called. Not the Vikings, who 2 years later panic drafted a rookie instead. Nobody. The Bucs got him at a discount then, and they're paying for it now. This year, he actually bangs $27.5 million in cash, not the 40 some people throw around. That gap is deferred money from last season finally landing. But the cap number sitting near $40 million is the one that matters, because it drags a potential 2027 franchise tag up toward $48 million, and that's an ugly number to hang over any front office's head. Here's the receipts on how the Bucs got this lucky in the first place and why the streak's about to run out. Jameis Winston, the first overall pick, played out his rookie deal and left. Tom Brady showed up on a discount deal nobody could have predicted panning out the way it did, won a Super Bowl, and never even asked to renegotiate. Then Mayfield walks in on a bargain prove-it deal after Cleveland and Carolina both decided they were done with him. 3 different quarterbacks, 3 different situations, and Tampa somehow avoided ever paying full sticker price at the position. That run stops the moment this current deal expires, because Mayfield has made it painfully clear he already knows exactly what he's worth. And it's worth rewinding the tape on how he even got here. First overall pick out of Oklahoma in 2018, straight to Cleveland, and it was a mixed bag from day one. A playoff win over the Steelers, a real fight against the eventual champion Chiefs in the divisional round, then a rocky follow-up season where his own stubbornness about playing hurt started souring the relationship with the building. Cleveland flirted with Deshaun Watson, made the trade, and Mayfield got shipped to Carolina where it never clicked. He hit free agency after that, and again, nobody called. Not one team. That's the resume sitting underneath this whole negotiation. A guy who has been counted out by an entire league not once but twice, and used both times as fuel.
New money? It's the 50s. There's no doubt about that.
The 50s, not the 40s, not some hometown discount tucked under the cap. Look at where the real money in this league sits right now. Dak Prescott's new money average sits at the top near 60. Josh Allen's listed at 55, though the true new money math on his rework deal would push way past that if anybody actually did the honest calculation, which the league conveniently never does out loud. Trevor Lawrence, Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, Jared Goff, all sitting in the 50s. That's the neighborhood Mayfield's camp is pointing at, and reasonable football people are backing it up, not because of hype, but because a guy who threw for 40-plus touchdowns 2 seasons ago and dragged Tampa to the playoffs twice has more than earned a seat at that table. But here's the other side, and it's not nothing. Mayfield plays like his body owes the game a debt, won't come off the field, played through an MCL and PCL sprain for basically an entire season, and never once used it as an excuse when the performance did because of it. Last year he got banged up, the numbers cooled off in stretches, and now Tampa has to ask the ugly question out loud. Do you pay mid-50s money to a guy who's more durable in spirit than he is in body? Chris Sims and Mike Florio spent real airtime on this exact tension, comparing him to names like Brock Purdy and Jared Goff, and neither of them landed on a clean answer, because there isn't one. There's also the history lesson nobody in Tampa wants to think about too hard. 2 years ago, Miami paid Tua Tagovailoa full market rate off the back of a strong stretch, decided the production didn't justify the number, and now he's suiting up in Atlanta. Go back further to 2018, the year Jimmy Garoppolo, Kirk Cousins, Matt Ryan, and Matthew Stafford all traded the highest paid quarterback crown back and forth for basically an entire summer, a new guy grabbing it every couple weeks. The market moves fast, and it does not care about loyalty. It cares about who signed last.
He will bet on himself. He left Texas Tech.
This is the turning point of the whole story, and it's not the contract, it's the man. Texas Tech benched him for Davis Webb, so Mayfield walked away from a scholarship and enrolled at Oklahoma as a regular student with zero guarantee of ever suiting up. He tracked down Bob Stoops himself and basically talked his way onto the team. Before that, in high school, he lost the starting job to begin with, only got in because the starter got hurt 4 plays into a game and never gave the job back. Picture a card player who's gone all in with a mediocre hand 3 separate times in his life and won every single time. That's the mentality sitting in that Tampa locker room right now. This isn't a guy posturing for leverage in a negotiation. This is the same instinct that's carried him his entire career, and it's exactly why the Buccaneers should be terrified of testing it a 4th time. Every single time this man has been told no, he's found a side door, walked through it, and made the people who said no regret it within a couple of years.
Just the Bucs having to deal with this, deal with Vita Vea. Levante David retired. Mike Evans is gone.
Zoom out, because this is bigger than one quarterback's paycheck. Mike Evans, gone. Levante David, retired. Vita Vea already asked his way out of Tampa this offseason. The Buccaneers are staring down a full teardown of the core that got them to back-to-back playoff appearances, and Mayfield is the one piece left standing that can actually usher in whatever comes next. Lose him too, and you're not looking at a rebuild. You're looking at starting from complete scratch at the most important position on the field, trading for someone, chasing free agency leftovers, or hoping a rookie can walk in and be ready. And it's not just a Tampa problem. Every team with a quarterback window closing in the next year or two is watching how this plays out. If Mayfield hits the open market and gets paid what the market says he's worth, every front office with an aging bridge quarterback just watched the price of doing nothing go up in real time. Jason Licht built his reputation on doing these deals face-to-face, in person, no drama, and this is the first real test of whether that reputation survives contact with a quarterback who has already told the world he's fine walking away.
I think if you do that, you run the risk he's going to make a beeline to Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, sitting right there as a real landing spot if Tampa gets cute with the numbers, and that's the part that should actually scare the front office. This is a league where Tua Tagovailoa got paid market rate 2 years ago in Miami and is now suiting up for the Falcons instead, proof that betting on comfort and loyalty doesn't always protect a front office from a player walking. Daniel Jones asked for $45 million, got mocked league-wide for it, and still walked away with $40. The lesson keeps repeating itself, and teams keep needing to relearn it. Lowball a guy who knows his own value, and he will find the door, no state income tax or not. And think about who else is watching this from a distance. Every agent representing a starting quarterback heading into a contract year just got a new data point to wave around in negotiations. Every team that lowballed a quarterback and watched him walk, whether that's the Jets letting Justin Fields go for pennies or Miami letting Tua leave, just became a cautionary tale that gets brought up in every single one of these meetings from here on out. One negotiation in Tampa Bay just became homework for 31 other front offices.
It's like any other time a guy makes a bet on himself. We cheer him on because when he loses, it doesn't affect us.
And that's the whole thing in one sentence. Everybody loves watching a guy bet on himself, right up until the moment it's their front office holding the bag. Baker Mayfield walked into camp with no drama and a flat statement that the deadline was real. The Buccaneers had months. They got a proposal on the table that Mayfield reportedly didn't even bother responding to, because when the opening number insults you, silence sends a louder message than a counter ever could. So here's the verdict, and I'm giving you a real one, not a safe one. Fire. Not because Mayfield wants out. He said flat out he'd be happy living in Tampa for life, but because this organization has made a habit out of getting quarterbacks at a discount and testing exactly how far loyalty stretches before it snaps. Jameis left, Brady's window closed on schedule. Now the same front office that got lucky twice is rolling the dice on a guy who has never once lost a bet on himself. Not in high school, not at Oklahoma, not in that playoff run against the Chiefs. Camp's open, the number's still unsettled, and Baker Mayfield already told you exactly how this ends if they wait too long.